So this is the Apex versus Fortnite podcast, and we're getting the opinions of four gamers on which which game is better. So, our opinions, people. Apex or Fortnite?
What do you think?
I mean, I personally like Apex better because like Fortnite has too many elements involved into it now. Like, there's too many buildings, there's too many cars or like airplanes or anything like that. I don't even know. Like, Fortnite, there's too much involved.
Mm-hmm. I feel that also, I agree with Singhan in that Apex is better because Apex is the natural evolution of what a battle royale is. It's more fast-paced, it's more action-packed, you got team-based gameplay, you aren't left with almost the silliness of Fortnite involved, and you have more, immersive gameplay than Fortnite, and I feel that Apex is going to steal heavily from Fortnite's player base.
Oh yeah, and Apex also has the Legends, which like has unique traits for each of them.
That's the replayability.
Yeah, the playability things. And like that makes the game more fun, I guess. Because Fortnite it's like dull because it's the same thing over and over and over again. So it's like Apex is better in like most of the I guess aspects.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people say Fortnite rips off Apex. I mean, that's all battle royales do. Apex rips off Overwatch with the character like selection that they have. So I mean, you can't really argue that. Both of the games have their own type of aspect. Fortnite's not really going for their realistic type of aspect. Like they copied the battle royale game PUBG with their diving systems, and they almost got a lawsuit off of that. So I mean, that was a big hit to them. But when it comes down to it, you can't really like say which one is better than the other if you haven't put numerous hours into both of them, unlike Christian. So,
I think that if Apex was created before Fortnite, it wouldn't have nearly the same amount of players. Because Fortnite was like the first big Battle Royale game. And it's like free to play and all that stuff. You don't have to have, all you have to have is an internet connection.
Apex is extra not free to play.
But you have to have live.
You have to have live for Xbox at least.
Oh wait,
you do have to have. You need live for Fortnite.
There's more. It's free on
PC,
PlayStation players.
It's free on PC.
So.
And plus, you have to add to like the in-game customization. Fortnite, you have to have the battle pass, where Apex you can pay for skins and such directly, but you can still get in-game, earn it in-game.
You can earn them.
And plus, Apex, I disagree with the notion that Fortnite made Apex popular because Apex and Fortnite fall into the casual battle royale thing. PUBG before it was too competitive and too intense for casual players to get into, but Apex is extremely casual, just like Fortnite. So it could have came before and still get the player base that it currently has. Because other than Call of Duty Blackout, we never really had a first-person experience for battle royale. And Blackout even then related more to PUBG than it did Fortnite with that because it's more tactical, more slow-paced, whereas Apex is a fast-paced first-person experience for the Battle Royale. So I don't think that Fortnite ran off its success.
And when it comes down to it, like, I mean, Apex isn't a Fortnite killer like everybody's saying. It's just a breath of fresh air, and that's why they have such a big player base right now. When Fortnite first came out, it had 50 million players. Apex just came out, it's got 50 million players. It's going to die down. People are going to get tired of it. There's going to be new updates. More people are going to come in and say, oh, it's going to kill this next game. It's not going to happen. Both the games are going to be around for a long time. They're not going to kill each other. It's just coming down to preference. If you like first-person realistic shooters, or more realistic than Apex, or not Apex, Fortnite, then you're going to go to Apex. If you like Fortnite, you like the building aspect, you're going to Fortnite. It's just preference when it comes down to it. It's subjective to say which game is better than the other.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying because like Blackout, like what was it called, Blackout?
Yeah.
Like that too. Like when it first came out, it was like a huge hit, but it started dying like pretty quickly after they added in like cash, like pay doing. What type are you doing, Christian? But anyways, like I feel like the games like just kill themselves by adding in like stupid updates.
Fortnite.
And yeah.
Airplane.
That's like every.
Yeah. It is.
Hey.
Like. Yeah.
Christian, let's hop back to what I just said. You have to be good at both games to have an opinion.
Ethan, why would they
There's a
add
difference
planes?
between...
They literally added
because you have to have
feature that's
movement
been
in the game.
Apex. They literally added it like a week after Apex came out. You know that, right? They added the pinging system.
Here's the cheese.
Okay, I mean, sometimes you gotta adapt. Like, of course they did add that, and I noticed that too. I was like, that's kind of cheesy that they ripped that off.
They took it from Apex.
They're adding the revive system.
And you know that.
As well.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. People take games from other... If you see a good aspect in a game, why would you not add
Games
it to your
copy off
game?
of other games all the time.
Because like PUBG says
they know they're
Fortnite ripped
dying
off
and they
of
gotta
them,
pull
but
in as much
PUBG
people
All right,
as
what's
they
your
can.
opinion on why Fortnite's trash?
What do you mean? Because it's old. No one plays it anymore. People are attracted
So
to
Black Ops
Apex
2 is
because
old?
there's
Does that mean it's
actually
trash?
there's actually
You're
variety
just
to
following the
it.
trend.
There's actually variety to Apex.
There-
Like you
yeah.
don't play as one character over and over and over again. You can change what you do. There's
majority
different
of people-
abilities.
There's variety
there's
in
different
Fortnite
things.
too. They literally add stuff
Oh
all the
yeah.
time.
What?
Do you know they add stuff?
What?
They add
What's the
different game
variety?
modes like every
Okay.
couple of days.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
But you have to play as the same character every time.
Yeah, I
Know
mean,
what
I agree about the character thing, but you
There's
have to
no
you have,
anything.
no, you have to think about it though, because Fortnite isn't like a choose your lessons based game. It's like PUBG. You have one character, you play that character. It's like an actual shooter. You don't have like special people like you do in Overwatch or you do in Apex. So I mean, you can't really argue that when it's two different styles of game right there. Again, it's subjective.
You have build.
Yeah, but that takes more skill than Apex.
It really does.
Arguing
Apex-
which
Fortnite
game?
requires
Okay,
more
okay,
skill.
okay. Arguing which games have more skill is freaking stupid. Like,
I
yeah,
mean-
Fortnite has the building mechanic, but Apex you actually have to aim properly with ADS and manage recoil.
That's really
unlike
not hard if
Fortnite.
you're like a common gamer, because most common gamers have played first-person shooters and they have that kind of aim. So it's not like, oh, I
Yes,
have to
that
learn
you say
this, it's
most,
hard.
and you could say most players know how to build. See, Fortnite's been out for a while, so you could say most people know how to build.
I mean, they do.
Saying that there's one game has more skill, no, each game has a different type of skill set that is needed to do well in it.
I mean, when it comes down to it, my first game I played on Apex, I got to win. The first game I played on Fortnite, it took me literally like 3 weeks to actually get
Your
the skill.
your anecdotes don't account for the entire gaming player base.
And
Nah,
also,
but-
I got carried too.
There's more
No, I
skills
didn't.
you have to
Yeah.
master in
Who'd you play with?
Fortnite than
I played
Apex.
Preston.
Exactly, you got carried.
No, I really didn't.
Yes,
No.
I guarantee you.
Christian, you can't talk when you get carried by Spencer.
Don't get carried.
He's
like
level
that.
100, you're level 15. You
15?
get carried.
You're retarded.
You're not more than 40. You
I'm,
get carried
I'm like
by
30 something.
Yeah, you get carried by him every game. And then you sit there and say Fortnite's trash just because you can't build. You don't have the skill in both of the games to be able to have an opinion on it.
Ethan, you're not good at Apex.
Literally,
good.
I just got a dub yesterday with 12
This
kills.
is
Oh my
Alright, we're getting off
god.
topic here.
Yeah, but I feel like
Moving on from arguing who has a bigger truck. Okay.
It's obviously not
what
sales.
else?
But
What
like-
else can we say?
I mean, it's like obviously people like Apex more because like the numbers, like how it's raised, like
Apex
it's-
grew in numbers
yeah.
way faster than Fortnite.
Like-
Apex has a bigger. Okay, it got quicker.
I'm pretty
It got
sure
bigger
Apex-
quicker because
Apex
First of all-
crashed Twitch, as a matter of fact. That there were
But you
so
have to
many
take
on.
into account the PC, the platform
Yeah.
they used to play Apex on crashes a lot. So that's
Yeah, it
also
does.
a
That's
con
not what
for
I'm
it.
talking
so
Because
about. I'm talking
people
about
join the
Twitch.
battle royale.
That
Twitch
happens-
crashed
Twitch.
because there were so many
I'm
people
talking about the player,
streaming
the actual
game.
base.
Wait, so-
Fortnite has a lot less
People
problems
joined the
with
battle
servers
royale
than
train
Apex.
when Fortnite
That's
first
like
came out.
Apex-
That's
Did
when
it
they-
crash Twitch?
That's
No.
Who cares?
There wasn't
Who
as
cares
many
if
people
Twitch
doing
crashed?
it.
But Apex, like on PC, I feel like Fortnite is better because Apex doesn't like Fortnite doesn't crash. Apex crashes every 5 games or so. So it's,
Yeah, Apex has a lot of bugs.
it's
in it.
super annoying.
Fortnite
like-
did that when it
We
first
need to
came out.
consider
Yeah, but,
that
like,
Apex has
yes,
only
it-
been out for almost a month now, and it's like had an exponential
Well, no,
amount of player growth.
Fortnite was like that too.
Yeah, every game has issues when
Yeah.
it comes out. It's still, you need to account for the fact that the quality in games, Fortnite, you can argue its gameplay is good, but like you look at the two games together, and Apex overall looks like a higher quality product on the front, and it's free. You look at that game,
Well,
and
it
you'd
looks-
expect,
yeah, it's more
you'd
realistic,
expect
obviously.
to. It's not even the realistic thing that I'm going for. You can have cartoony games like Borderlands that can still look like they have a high production value, but they're both still free. I'm not going for realism. I'm going for like graphic fidelity, how smooth things feel.
I mean, it's like comparing World of Warcraft and Zelda. Like, it's two completely different types of things, and they're both going to have different types of quality because one's more cartoony, one's more realistic.
No, it's-
One has
it's
had
the
more time to
engine
put
that
in, and they can
it's
see
the
it. Other
en-
Christian,
It's the
shut your
game
mouth.
engine.
Shut your mouth.
It's the Ethan,
Anyway,
you don't understand.
so they had more
You don't know what
production
you're
time
talking
for
about.
Apex too. Like, they had time to actually like get stuff right, and they had no like
It's the
announcement of the game coming. Fortnite was like, yeah, we're gonna release this new battle royale, yada yada yada. They had a time frame where they had to get it out. Apex didn't announce anything. They've been working on it for like the past
Fortnite was
year.
actually a single player game, a single co-op game before it actually had the battle royale mode added to it. It was mainly like Redditors and everything that it became popular. It was word of
It's-
mouth that brought it around. Apex actually
The
was
smoothness
brought.
comes from the game engine. it doesn't come from whatever you're talking about. It comes from the engine that it uses.
You can't deny the respect that we have for Respawn when it comes to Apex Legends, because they made 2 games before that, Titanfall, and to make this type of game afterwards, because Titanfall never got the sales that it should have gotten because it was competing with Battlefield and Call of Duty, but now it's finally gotten that, and people are falling in love with that engine that they may have never seen before.
I mean, you can't really argue the engine, though, because it's EA Sports. You know their engines are trash, and most of their games suck.
Yeah.
Actually, Apex was made before EA bought them out. They were actually
it's
considering...
still EA's engine, though.
No,
If they're not using EA's engine. EA is frankly
Respawn.
their only marketing and business side. Respawn has made everything, because Respawn they used their engine and assets from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. They were the same makers that made that.
You still have to take into consideration they have a giant hand being able to fund money for their making the game, refining the game. Fortnite didn't have that.
There have actually been many articles. Like, Respawn was a startup company, too. Just because they're associated with EA now doesn't make them trash. EA has a bad rep.
I'm not saying they're trash. I'm saying they have the money behind it to refine their game so they can put out a quality product on day one. Fortnite didn't have that.
I know that. Like, you can make your money back on it. And Fortnite, yeah, I'm not trashing it.
I mean, as you can see, Fortnite's gotten, it was trash at the beginning, and then it progressed and got better because they were making money. They could refine their game. They could add new things to draw more people in, and that clearly worked because they've made over $1 billion already.
You know, Epic Games is a really renowned...
Hey, country boy,
you know
nobody
that, right?
asked.
You know that, right? It's a really renowned, game production. You know that, right?
Yeah, well, they didn't have the money behind
yes,
it.
Yes, they
did.
First. You're retarded.
They made iOS games.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
I did
they
not.
made Gears of War.
I did not hit
What?
They made Gears of War. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's 40 years old.
40 years old. Gears of War was considered one of the best games.
And you're telling me that they had no funding. They were just broke. Just bro boys off the street.
I'm not saying they're broke. I'm just saying
that's
they don't have the kind
That's
of
literally
hand
what you
behind
just
them
said.
I'm not saying they're not broke. I'm saying they didn't have the type of hand that they had with Apex with EA Sports behind them. You know how much money EA Sports has? They make the amount of money that they took. They put.
It's just EA, not EA Sports.
No, they paid $200,000 to streamers just to play Apex for 2 days. They made that money back in FIFA in 2 hours. They have a big money base that they can put towards that game.
They don't pay streamers directly.
Yes, they paid the streamers to play their game. They sponsor.
Yes,
That's
sponsoring.
the only reason why people. The big streamers were paid to play Apex.
They didn't give them. They didn't straight up give them money.
Yes, they sponsor them. That's what a sponsor is.
They paid them to try and get the word out.
We will pay you to play this game.
That's why you saw all the old Fortnite streamers.
Even if they got paid to play Apex Legends, you can't deny that the word of mouth and the quality of the game add to its wellness and its spread. Because if the game was trash, people weren't going to play it anyway. Another game like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare had a wonderful marketing campaign and everything, but the game was garbage, so everyone didn't buy it. And it was
no, people bought it and then they threw it away.
I mean, that's because it's by Activision. They know a lot of the games they're putting out now is trash because they're just trying to keep up with the other markets in their Black Ops community. So they're not going to make a quality game. They're just trying to chuck stuff out there so they can start making money. When all the other people are on the Battle Royale train, that's also why they added Black Ops or Blackout in. No, he's saying...
And that's why Battlefield 5
he's saying the game's
is adding
trash. I'm saying they made a trash game just trying to keep up with the whole market.
No, he's saying that just because you pay someone to do it doesn't mean that them showing you the game is the reason you want to play it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what he's trying to say.
Honestly, it's 9-year-olds that use the logic, Ninja's playing Apex Legends, I gotta go play it now.
Yeah,
no one uses, other than 9-year-olds, they don't use that logic.
Yeah, Fortnite, freaking people who watch Fortnite are like kids.
Yeah.
They're just gonna freaking... Yeah, they're gonna worship... Oh, yeah. The viewers who watch the streams are little kids who look up to these guys and he's playing a new game, so I should check it out. So, I mean, that's a big reason why.
It's
they have a lot of players.
I know what you guys mean by how even if a famous streamer plays this game, it's not gonna get popular if the overall quality is bad. But by the streamers playing it, it's getting into more people.
So you're telling me if Ninja played NAC 2, you would go out and buy NAC 2?
Yeah,
I said overall quality was important as well. I'm not saying it's gonna be a
but it's game. The fact that it's a battle royale.
Yeah, if Ninja gets on freaking Tetris or some shit.
Yeah, you can't really argue if Ninja played Tetris or something like that. His fan base, they like the battle royale games. As they see him playing a different game and he says, "Oh, this is fun," they're gonna say, "I'm gonna check this out. It's free to play. I'm gonna go try it."
Yeah, also that doesn't make you play the game.
Literally, if you like battle royales, Christian, so if you saw a new battle royale game come out right now and you're like, "Oh, that looks kind of cool. I see a streamer playing it. Would you try it out if it's free?" The answer is yes, you would.
I don't watch streamers.
The only reason why Battle Royale really shot up is because of Fortnite. Fortnite was dominating every game, and that's why every game tried to incorporate that game.
Okay,
Maybe
so
PUBG
I feel like we
actually.
should wrap this up to
You're
the
gonna
point.
have more left. So it's like, what's your final thoughts on this? Like, just one final.
They're both
statement.
good games, but I don't think Apex is gonna surpass.
Yeah, they're both
Fortnite
good games.
for sure.
I think there's a chance. I don't think it's gonna kill Fortnite, but it's definitely taking a chunk out of Fortnite.
Yeah.